Hello, ladies and gentlemen, all those folks out there in YouTube land. It's time to unbox. We are getting the loots in pretty frequently as of late, although that's because of delays, because this box right here is an August box. As we're sitting here, autumn having already arrived, temperatures coming down a little bit, so behind, but it's going to be good because this is a slam crate. And if you know me, this is the crate that I say always delivers. I've been a wrestling fan my entire life, specifically WWE. Yes, I like other stuff. I'm not just a WWE fan, but they give you stuff from past eras, current eras, all that different stuff. And you know what? 9 times out of 10, all the items are pretty decent. It's hard to find a really bad item in these boxes. And but I do want to say that unlike the other boxes, this one only comes out every other month, and it's $30, so a little more expensive than a regular loot crate. But again, it's only every other month, so you get a lot of good stuff. And I feel like because they have such a good relationship with WWE, that they end up getting higher quality items. But yeah, so there was a bit of a delay in this one. I know, surprise loot crate, but it is a little bit of a surprise because it's a slam crate, and usually those tend to be on time more often than not, again, because they have the WWE machine working with them. Anyway, that's all there is for now. I don't want to bore you with too many details. I just want to crack this bad boy open and see what we have. But as I do that, I do want to remind you, again, if you would like to subscribe to Slam Crate or any of the loot crates, please use my link in the description. It, you know, it's not a sponsored link, but if you use it, it helps me out, and I would appreciate it. What do we have? Ooh, I'm already excited. First of all, the theme this month is Better Than You. Who better than you? Canyon. Anybody? Canyon? Who better than Canyon? Anyway, there's always a t-shirt, and this one looks like it is a t-shirt of Elias. It's a pretty simple shirt, but it says, "Oh, WWE, walk with Elias." So I will say it is. I'm a little disappointed that it's such a simple design on a black shirt. Elias actually has 2 or 3 really cool shirts out right now, but they look more like tour shirts with tour schedules on the back and all that good stuff. Well, this one is a little minimalist, I guess would be the polite term to say. But as far as Elias goes, I'm actually quite a big fan of his. I think he's very interesting because he's a character that was in the developmental system for quite a while, didn't really have a character, finally found one, and while he was a minimal hit down there, because he's not like the most technical wrestler in the world, even though he's pretty competent, he's one of those guys that actually made it to the main roster and then got more over, which hasn't happened a lot. I think of people like him and Braun Strowman and Alexa Bliss in that category, where for whatever reason, their gimmick actually just worked even better for the main roster. So good for him. And again, nice shirt. Definitely one I'll wear. Not my favorite, but it's pretty cool. I mean, I can't hate on it. Next up, we will look at our figure. If you've been following these videos, you know that the Slam Crate always gives you these figures. They're an exclusive series, and they come in groups of 4. Each one has a piece of it so it can make a ring. You can see the ring on the side there. And so this series is our 3rd series, you know, because it says 3.1. So we're starting a 3rd series. The first series was like Attitude Era stars, and then the second series was like newer stars that are making a big splash. And then here it says, WWE Slam Stars Series 3 has entered the ring, designed by Brian Beatty of the Creation Crib. The third series features favorites from the WWE Universe chosen by you. So we get to vote, and every single figure that makes it into this line are ones that fans wanted to see. And obviously, it's the aforementioned Alexa Bliss, your moment of bliss, right here. And if you haven't seen these, it's a pretty simple deal where you get your little piece of a ring. This is a connector piece. So it comes with each one, even though you only really need one, but it connects the 4 ring pieces to make a complete one. Here are some ropes, and here are some turnbuckles. And you can see from the picture here how it connects. And then we'll pop the figure out. Very petite figure, as you would expect. And it's got Alexa Bliss in one of her more classic blue outfits, holding up her hands, part of her entrance, with the skeleton hands, and you can see the pink in the hair. Very nice, very well designed. Cool figure. Big Alexa Bliss fan. She's not like the greatest wrestler in the world, but she's very competent, very good, amazing character, the perfect heel. Which is funny because she debuted as like a boring baby face with like a little cheerleader. It's weird. Next up we have a patch. Very nice. This is a Miz I'm Awesome patch. And yes, this is one of his old t-shirts from probably like 2009, 10, around that era. So yeah, it says, hello, I'm awesome. I actually have this t-shirt, although it's a t-shirt that I bought when I was like a much larger person, so it doesn't fit me anymore. But yeah, that's a very cool thing. I'm digging the patch. You can put this on like a jacket or whatever. It would be a very nice addition to a backpack or whatever you got. Nice little item. Next up, another fabric item like we've had before. Ooh, we had a blanket last time, and now we have a pillow. It says a Bret Hart versus Shawn Michaels pillow. Now, I don't know about you guys, but if you were a fan back in the day, a good 20-odd years ago, Bret Hart versus Shawn Michaels was probably the biggest rivalry of the 90s, you know, before the late 90s when the Attitude Era hit. And I was always on the side of Bret Hart. He didn't have the personality of Shawn Michaels, but I felt like he was a nicer guy just in general. And even Shawn will admit that he was kind of an a-hole back in the day. Although he has found Jesus and he's a better guy now, but yeah, I still pick Bret. And so you got this nice pillow. Shawn Michaels on one side, Bret Hart on the other. I'll probably cut this thing off the side, even though it tells you not to be... Oh wait, it says not to be removed except by the customer. But that's a big tag, so I'm probably going to chop that off. But very nice. Yeah, it's actually fluffing up pretty decently since, now that it's out of the packaging. I don't know how fluffy it's going to get. You know, it's not like the biggest, thickest pillow in the world. It's kind of more of a throw pillow that you would just toss on the sofa more than one that you would actually try to sleep with. But nice little item. You know, I haven't seen them bust out something like this before, so good on them for that. Awesome. And then our last regular item, they always give these pins every month. They're based on designs of title belts, old and new. I love it. I think it's a great little addition. It's fun to collect them all. Although we have had... See, this is the problem with the WWE nowadays, is that they have like 4 of their main titles look almost exactly the same. And the only difference pretty much is the colors. One says, or the wording on the bottom, but overall they're very similar. And the current one for this month is the SmackDown Women's Championship. Obviously you can tell because it's blue and it does say Women's Champion on the bottom. A title belt currently held by Becky Lynch, who is one of, if not my favorite female wrestlers on the current main roster. And boy, it's just weird how the WWE books her, trying to book her as a heel when the fans want to cheer for her. It's a very odd thing that they're trying to do, trying to make her the heel against Charlotte, and it's not working. We'll see how that goes for them in the long run, but I'm a big Becky fan. I hope she holds on to the title for a long time. But yeah, so awesome little pin to add to my collection of title belts. And finally, you know, it's a pretty basic box. I think that's supposed to be pictures of like Alexa Bliss on the one side, but they're pretty generic. The box is never really a big deal with the Slam Crate. But they always give you a little booklet, and the back it shows you that our next figure will be the Ultimate Warrior. As far as Warrior goes, I was never a huge fan. I think I liked him over Hogan just because I was tired of Hogan in the 80s. Although he's one of those guys that, and not to get too political, he's one of those guys who's who in his real life was against homosexuality, and he said some really off-color things. So I don't miss him. I just don't. I mean, I'm sorry for him and his family that he passed away, but I was never a fan. So But, I mean, he definitely had a personality and definitely was a crazy looking dude. I mean, that head sculpt alone is kind of amazing. But yeah, better than you. It says, they're big, they're bad, and they don't mind letting you know. Bow down to the supreme superstars who think they are better than you, with items celebrating the big personalities and even bigger egos of the WWE Universe. And inside, it says, Elias t-shirt, Alexa Bliss figure, The Miz patch, Bret Hart, Shawn Michaels pillow. Oh, and this is interesting. This is the first time they've done pin variants. It says that this crate came with the Women's Championship pin, and you get either the Raw or SmackDown one. I actually prefer the SmackDown one. It's the only blue pin we have, but if I can, I'm gonna find a way to get the red one. I am, because I want to collect them all. I like them that much. So hopefully this will be available somewhere in the store, in the Loot store. So, but I would like to get that. So yeah, that'd be very cool. See, variants are things that I kind of like more when they're actually like figures, but like when it's something like this where it's more about like collecting them, I'm like, I want them all. Don't variant those, or at least give me an easy way to get the other one. That's just me. Anyway, so then inside, then you fold it out again, and it has an interview. This time the interview is with Alexa Bliss, obviously. Someone featured in here. Very good. Works well. Oh, and it says this is an excerpt from Creating the Mania. Available at bookstores online August 7th, which features Alexa and many other superstars discussing the road to WrestleMania. So it's from a WWE book that came out almost 2 months ago now. I didn't know there was a book, so I might have to look at that next time I go to Barnes & Noble. And then finally, there's a poster inside, and it is The Miz and The Miztourage taking down the big dog of Roman Reigns, which, you know, fits with the better than you. Definitely getting a Miz in there. But yeah, so that was everything for this month. To quickly go over this, these figures, I always think they're a good $10 to $15 value, and I would say the same thing for a throw pill like this is probably a $10 value. T-shirts are always $20, so that gets us at, like, that right there has got us close to 50, plus the patch and the pin has got us probably 50, 55. So for a crate that costs you $30, you definitely get your money's worth. And like I said before, it's a decent mix. It always tends to favor current stuff. Like, you know you're getting a t-shirt from a current wrestler, which is always cool. You know you're getting these figures, and if you dig those, it's nice to just keep collecting them. And the pins, I'm a big fan of, so that's always a win. And then on top of that, the Miz patch, you know, it's a slightly retro, but it's very, very, very fun. So I'm digging that. And then, of course, your classic content is your Shawn and your Bret pillow, which is very, very nice. The theme worked pretty well this month. I think these crates tend to not really need much of a theme. Just awesome WWE stuff is really all you have to have there. But yeah, so I really enjoyed it. I hope you enjoyed watching this video. As far as upcoming videos go, I still have a Lupin versus Pat video coming up very soon. I want to unbox 2 items together, and one of them has arrived, so I'm waiting for the second one. Hoping to get some more stuff from them. I still need to get a Jackpot Striker, and then I believe the new gun that the Lupin Red has is coming out very soon as well. And I think after that, that's going to be the majority of the Lupin Pat merchandise for the series. Because honestly, they're already in the mid-30s, mid to late 30s, so it's getting time for to start talking about the new series whenever that comes out. And I actually have finalized a topic that I want to do for another sit-down video. So I just have to kind of work up my thoughts on that and be in the right mindscape, I would say, to have that discussion. But I'll definitely have another chatting video sooner than later. It's probably going to be one of my aspirations videos. So hopefully that should be fun. And by fun, I mean like emotional, but deep, and, you know, pulling some stuff out of myself that I don't necessarily share all the time. So that's kind of a definition of fun, right? Anyway. So before I go, just all the good stuff as always. Please just like, comment, subscribe, share, ring the bell, all of that good stuff to help this video get some views, to help get my channel some views. I really appreciate that. Just the fact that you sit down and you watch means the world to me. So until next time, until our next wacky unboxing, or until I bare my soul to you, I am Jeremy, aka Captain Subpar, saying to you that forever and always I shall be a king of the geeks. Oh, he gets up. Oh, he gets up. And you know what? Let's take another look at. Oh, I say off-color things. Oh, it's really weird that they have an award named after me when I am not very inclusive in my real life. Oops, I'm saying too much and getting too political.